Greetings guys, and a warm welcome to you. Aquarius, this is your August reading for 2021. I've decided to change the view that you see before we start getting into the card readings, and this is the vista that I look out upon from my office window. So it is a very beautiful, peaceful, serene setting in the rural backyard, if you like, of my suburban home. I've just gone out to feed the beautiful native birds. I put cut mandarins on the stalks of the trees, and currently that is a big tui feeding on that particular piece of mandarin. The little silver eyes will come in later. They're a bit scared of the bigger bird. He's a beautiful songbird. He's a national treasure, our tui. It's beautiful to have them in the garden. So while I'm just talking in the background, you guys can look at this beautiful peace and harmony and feeling of nature and have this come into your reading. I asked before I started the reading that I be surrounded with the energies of Gaia in particular, and give us strength and nurture for the reading and for the month ahead, for August, as well as for any parts of July that you may be listening to this reading, because I'm doing this reading from the 20th of July, so it's live and valid from then. And for some reason the animals came through very, very strongly, so they wanted to be part of the reading. And the spirit fairies and elementals that are in the garden, they love to be involved in the spiritual side of life as well. So enjoy the background energy and scenes that you see taking place before I take you into the card reading. So before we start too, I received some intuitive messages for you, and they were also quite strong and powerful. You got the number 6 coming in, which is a very grounded number. It's very much about the home and the heart, and about relationships as well. It also said material and spiritual prosperity. It's as if you are standing in front of your accomplishments or goals and looking out on them. I feel that some of you are looking out with either pride or with success or potential success coming. And this feels as though it's been a long duration, like it's something you are very proud of over a period of time. And for some of you, this could relate to career modalities. It could relate to your own personal health issues or your own mental health. It could relate to ideas, things that you are bringing into fruition in this timeline as well. It also said a glow of positivity around you. And then I've highlighted the word listen. And it says, can you hear your future? There is something in sound for you guys. The energy or the vibrational pull of sound. And I wondered if sound baths could be relevant. And if it's not something like a sound bath, is it literally hearing or being told something from someone, or the act of communication, which can involve listening and talking at the same time? So I felt those really strongly coming in. I'm sure in the month of August, and even from July, if you happen to be listening to this reading now, you will pick up some of these energies or these sounds that are going to come to you. You may even hear sounds through other people's conversations, or through something like a video or a recording or a blog, or you may hear it through dreamtime perspective as well, which could be quite important too. So we will turn now to the cards. So I'm going to take you away from the beautiful scenery of the office outside the window that I look through, and I will bring you back down a little bit into the desk where the reading is going to take place. So this is for Aquarius. I'm going to shuffle these cards and see what is in store for you guys, what you should be pondering upon or thinking about. We are using this deck, the Rider-Waite deck, one of the traditional tarot decks. Okay, so we got a few jumpers. Let's turn them all over respectively and see the story they are telling. So I've arranged these cards out, and I decided for you guys to turn the bottom of the deck up as well. And this one here, the 10 of Cups, which is pretty much following on from the 9 of Cups. And interestingly enough, they've ended up right beside each other. And those two cards talk very much to me about what I felt before about this whole, as if you are standing in front of a vision or a vista of your goals or accolades or achievements in life, and that there is this degree of satisfaction or accomplishment coming. You either feel it in the here and now, or you know you're on the pathway to it coming. So it's like a success or a congratulations. Now, if we come back to some of these, you received one major arcana, which is this one down here, which is the Hierophant. You have the 2 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the King of Swords, which is really embellished by yourself in this reading, the 9 of Cups, the 10 over here, then the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands down here. This row seems actually quite somber in terms of rules and regulations. The Hierophant's very much the rule keeper in society. He dictates current genders or current issues, or the way trends, if you like, and he sort of says, no, this is not the right thing to do. You should be following this moral ethical code, or you should tame that down or be part of this moral type group. He is a priest in the tarot deck, and he is followed by these I would sort of call them minions down below, but he's followed by his believers or his fellow disciples who feel his agenda is the right agenda. If you look closely, there are also 2 keys in the bottom by his feet, and the keys often represent the awareness of being able to open something like a door or another dimension. To me, they're keys into a portal of another area of understanding and dimensional awareness. This Hierophant often has the feel of, I suppose you could say, religious perspective, but also spiritual perspective. So sometimes you might find that you are actually moving into a realm where you are interested in this phase of life. Some of you may achieve a degree of heightened awareness of spirituality, or like a lightening of the vibration or a raising of your vibrational field. Others of you may revert back to a Christianity or a religious belief, or you may look into one more. Some of you may even attend religious ceremonies or events that are held in places like churches or buildings of antiquity that may have played a role in society and how society was formed. And that also includes political and parliament type buildings and things that go on in areas such as that. He can also suggest that, as we talked about, there is this unlocking of the so I've got animals in the room, all the pets are in the room, and some of them are having games and playing. But there's this feeling of unlocking something, and this could be unlocking your own higher awareness, or unlocking the next stage of a dream that you are embarking on, or a pathway, and it could be around career or a personal goal. Next to it are these 2 Wands cards. There is a Wands card up here, but this one is much more gentle and soothing. These 2 are more, a little bit, if you like, argumentative or determined. This one here says there's other people around you who could be putting their 2 cents worth in and maybe creating a little bit of a barrier. And oftentimes this is seen to be at work, in your career, or even in a community around you, and it feels as though every time you say something, these other people are saying, no, that's not right, or no, we think we have a better perspective. So this can feel as if you are vying for attention, or your ideas are vying for attention. Sometimes it can create a little bit of argumentative issue, but it can also create ideas being propagated, because oftentimes when we collab with someone, collaborate, you need to have fusion or friction between different ideas for them to eventually form the one idea that's taken. So there could be areas or time where you collaborate with people, and this could actually be very valuable for you, because it could lead to very big ideas like this Hierophant over here. In the end, he sort of holds up his hand and he says, I am the rule maker, I am the decider. And the reference of 2 can often be in role here as well. So this could be 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 people involved in a collaboration as well. So take this line down here, especially if you are looking for something in your career type sector, or even in your spontaneous sector of life or your creative sector. Take this row down here as one of being about ideas and other people and collaborating. And maybe that's where the terminology came in at the beginning when I said listen or sound is very important to you in this month of August, because if you listen to others, you may hear the story being played out and you may get these ideas, and it could be an amazing time. If we come to the 9 here, he's also pretty angry actually. If you look at his face, he's really peeved off. I don't know if you can see it clearly. He's very defensive. He's in a mode of defensiveness, and that is the complete opposite really of the first message I got for you about this feeling in awe or so happy with what you have achieved or what you've currently got or where you're going, which is definitely what these 2 cards are speaking about as well. And oftentimes readers would say that the bottom card on the deck is very, very important. It plays a big role in the overall success story. Now, I don't usually turn over the bottom card of the deck. It depends what mood I'm in, I guess. In this instance I have, and I feel the card was really relevant. The 9 down here often talks about the fact that you may have been on a long journey and that you have felt that you have really had to push something to make it happen. It's been a little bit difficult or arduous, and again there may have been people interfering or not being on your side of the page or putting in different offers or ideas that have made this a longer tenureship than you would have wished. But more than anything, the card says don't stand down now. You are nearing the end of the time, and achievement and the dreams coming true is a possibility. So these 3 could, 2 9s together as well, could be talking about this evolution coming forth and to not give up. And speaking of patterns, what have we got here? We've got 3 5s. And so when we start seeing number duplication or replication in a video, or in a reading rather, this can become very powerful as well. So the number 5 is relevant, and this is a 10, so it's another 2 5s if you like. So 5 is a very active number. It's powerful. It gives off vibrations of movement, of excitement, of activation. It's also transitory. It means that things will come and go in this time space, that things could move up and speed up, especially if you have processes you're wanting to have sped through. So the 5 could be relevant in terms of it's actually going to occur and that things will come. It also usually means other people are involved. It's not a solitary number. We've mentioned this 5 of Wands down here, but also with this 5, it can mean that there's attraction around, or if you are wanting to meet someone new or put out something like your CV or apply for a job, there's likelihood that other people are interested as well and that you will have competition. So it is the card of competition. This 5 up here is a little bit of a different story. He talks more about the fact that he has invested in something and he's sad to see something go. So there's this feeling of letting go of something. It may not be that you're ready to, but parts of either a project or some relationships or an aspect of yourself could be about to fall away. These events, when they happen, are always for the better. They help us to progress to the next stage. The 2 of Wands, which was actually your initial card, which can also be a very important card, this is the card of introspectively looking ahead. Even though he appears to be looking backwards, he is actually looking ahead and making plans about his future goals, dreams and aspirations. He's holding like a globe in his hand as if it were the world, and he is pondering how he can show expansion. So he's in the thought process of growing ideas and expansive possibilities. He can also reference 2 people, and we've talked about that before. This number 2 coming up with the Hierophant, with the 2, he has the 2 white feet pointing out at the bottom. He has the 2 keys as well. He also has 2 fingers up here. So there's a reference of 2 in the reading in a quiet way, not so obvious as the 5s and the 9s, but the 2s can also mean bring balance to a situation, bring some calm and balance, and that's again where the Hierophant's rules are coming in, as if to say, take your time, listen to what's being said, listen to timing perspectives, maybe 2 weeks, 2 months, things along those lines. So those are the messages that have arrived from that particular deck of cards. And the 9 over here is the wish card. It can be about wishes coming true. The 10 is the fulfillment of life's pleasures and desires, of happiness, of happy homes, sometimes shifting a home or renovating a home, doing it up, spending money on it. Children, grandparents, family outings, weddings, special occasions, happy events, knowing that you have love on your back, that people nurture you, value you and treasure you. So a really powerfully positive, magnificent start to your reading. As I say, let's put these ones aside and see what the John Holland Tarot has to offer. I didn't mention much about him. This is kind of yourself acting in a role of feeling powerful, of feeling like the Aquarian king, of using your intelligence and your words and perhaps communication and ideas, possibly things like contracts coming in as well. So this is the John Holland deck. I'll just bring this back a little bit. What is in store for Aquarius in August? Partnerships and alliances. Well, we talked a little bit about that just previously. Oh wow, the card number 19. Oh, okay, we've got a few here. One that went and shot off the side of the table. These are all coming out as cups because the green borders represent the cups cards. This is the Ace of Cups. This is the jewel of the cards in the deck. It's a very, very beloved card. It talks about spiritual gratitude and connection and awareness and depth of understanding of your life's journey and the concepts that can come to you when you are in that state of grace and gratitude and bliss and euphoria. It can also be about the beginning of brand new love or the taking of current love relationships to a higher, deeper spiritual perspective. And the Star card is another beloved card that has come in for you. This is the Sun card, another beautiful card that has come in for you. The Sun is very much again about nurturing, newness, and the Sun is shining on our reading across us, even on my hands and on the card. We'll move this card into the Sun, even though I think that makes it almost impossible to actually see. We are embellishing this particular card with even more of the Sun's rays that are shining from it. So the Sun is the very thing that keeps us alive. It energizes us. It gives us life on this planet and allows us to be in the human form. So its power is extremely immense and it brings about conception, newness, good health, vitality, energy, ideas, excitement, youthfulness. So the Sun being in here can lead to all of these things, and it definitely ties in again with things like this, the happy feeling of a vibe of life, feeling as though the Sun is shining on everything that we do. So moving these ones back again, and the other ones that came out are the Four of Cups, discontent and boredom, and spiritual union. So there's a lot in here about this propensity for amazing union or partnerships. There's some deep, profound love that's available for you guys. There's the energy of love, even in its grand stage of trusted long-term love of the number 10, but even in its beginning stages of the number 1 and the number 2 of the spiritual union. The boredom and discontent almost doesn't fit in there somehow. This card, the Four of Cups, is often about looking a gift horse in the mouth and feeling as though, you know, there are greener pastures elsewhere other than what you have. If you are feeling that, maybe you need to look around at what you have got and understand that there is this deep capacity for communion, for connection, for love, for success, you know, maybe that's what the message of this card was, that some of you may be feeling a bit bored or a bit unenthused with what's going on in your life. But even if we're not talking here just about beautiful relationships and about the propensity for success within relationships or honor and dignity and love, it could be projects that you are embarking on, or things within your career life or your financial sector, or even your physical health. You could say, oh, I haven't felt great, or I feel as though I could be better, or I'm missing something in my physical health, for instance. You have to look around and engage every possibility and extrapolate things out further, or think more in the positive sector, like the sun. The sun can bring you good health. This is at the metaphysical level as well as the physical. If we allow ourselves to dilly-dally or daydream or ponder along the pathways of possibilities when we don't have the things we want, then we start opening the door to access those things, such as good health, happiness, manifestation of jobs or friends or home or finances or love. So this reading is allowing you to escape into that realm where these things could be possible if you are not already experiencing them. Some of you are clearly in the realm of experiencing a lot of this, and it could be through partnerships and alliances. It could be new business propositions coming up. This could be in terms of new jobs. It could also be in terms of a great amount of love and relationships. Some of you may find you are lifted up and your relationships become deeper and more meaningful and more love intense, more unified, more conscious, more expansive into the universal energies. So there's a lot of power and passion in this reading for you guys. I trust that you are picking the vibes up, you know, right from the very start of the reading, when you had that beautiful vista and the activity of the birds outside enjoying their life and feasting on the beautiful treats that were on hand for them to enjoy. And I feel that's what this reading has got for you guys as well within it. So we'll pull these back a little bit and look at the next deck of cards and just see what comes out very briefly. This is for Aquarius for August 2021 as we move into these energies. You know, July has been very tense and terse, and there is still going to be a fair bit of that coming through. We aren't out of the woods yet, one could say. The thinking man, deceit, victory. Victory definitely matches the energy I thought at the very beginning. You know, victory of something, an achievement or a direction in your life, something around you that you have gained success in or that you are feeling successful with. And it may be because you have deployed thinking energies. I often think of this as an air sign person, but often a Libran. So a Libran may play a role in something that you are working your way through, or ideas that come to you, or communication. This deceit, I don't think it's you. I'm pretty sure this is someone else around you. And if this is the case, it might be a time to be very wary of any possible deceit that could be out there. He is a creepy guy. Look, we're seeing globally a lot of deceit now. So this is coming through, especially in hacking of technological devices, and big corporations are suffering this immensely. So be very careful of your own online personal identity and things that could be taken from you. Don't invest in fraudulent type things. Don't rush into investments. If you're online dating, be very, very careful of scams. They're becoming more prevalent again. There's quite a lot of them active here, even in New Zealand. This could be someone around you who is being deceitful with ideas, concepts, or even your own money. And it might be someone you know who you aren't thinking of. So it could be a family member or a friend who may have asked for something like a loan. They may have good intentions, but you may not see money back if you loan it out when this card is in the reading. So we won't focus too much on him. I don't like him. He's a gloomy creature. We'll just very quickly pull another one from here. And then I'll pull one spirit animal guide for you as well to finish off your reading, and maybe one of the Dr. Libby cards as well for physical sort of health and wellness and emotional. A woman holding a heart. Well, not a woman. Woman holding a heart. So we're back in the realm of love. There is much love in the air for you guys if you are interested in it. Whether this is self-love, whether you are giving love out to someone, whether there's new love coming into your life, whether this person already exists and it's just absolutely amplifying the beautiful love opportunities that you have, there is love in the air. And this is the thing, or the energy or the vibration that most of us wish to pick up on more often than not. That's why we're actually here, to experience the understanding and the concepts of how we can live in the energy field of love. So while I shuffle the next cards for you, you can watch those birds again out there. And I will just get the cards, do a bit of shuffling, and then show you the card in particular. So this is for Aquarius. I'm just shuffling off screen at the moment. Aquarius, August. What spirit animal is coming in for them? Oh wow, no surprises here. Hummingbird. Now that's beautiful synchronicity. You were looking at those beautiful birds outside. They even actually look a little bit like the picture of this hummingbird, and this hummingbird has come into vision for you, and it says be here now. So I will read this to you. I will zoom in for you on that. Be here now. And it's kind of why I had this need to pull the birds in from the outside. There's some connection there for you, and now we've got the hummingbird in, so I will just read for you. The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seeming stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird comes to remind you that the beauty and sweetness of life is the eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to be, to have the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you, for what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird's spirit message is that you have no need to go about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. And I find that very empowering, because one of the cards that you got, and I'll just fetch it out for you, was that Four of Cups, with that seeming feeling of the slight discontent and boredom, where you go, is there something better? It feels as though some of you may be about to think that you might make a break for something better, but it's telling you the grand entrance or the grand beholding is right before you, but you may not recognize it, you may not feel it now, you may not be looking into it quite right yet. I think if you transpose a few things or look in a few different aspects of whatever it is in your life that you're feeling dissatisfied with, there is more to it than you think. There is more to behold. There is more to open up to. There are more possibilities, and there is more love and glory and honor and success within what is already there. That was the message that was coming. So I hope that that means something special to those of you who understand where that message is coming from. This may not relate to everyone. Now we will just do one last one, and I will bring these Dr. Libby cards in for you. These are really hard to shuffle as well. They're very big. I'll just shuffle them a couple of times, and then we will cut the deck at a random place, and we will just see what messages are here. So this is for Aquarius for August. One more. cut the deck here. So you have a biochemical message and a nutritional message. So we will take these two. I will put the rest away, turn them over for you, and see what messages are in store. Sound sleep and sating fats. So I will read them to you. These can be very good just in the moment messages for day-to-day wellness. Sound sleep, this one over here. Good quality sleep is a foundation for great health, yet many people don't get enough or don't feel rested after being in bed. If you struggle with sleep, it's important to work out the road in. What's really driving this? It can be too much caffeine driving adrenaline production or a magnesium deficiency. Perhaps it's a bright light too late in the evening, which destroys melatonin, the hormone you need to fall asleep and stay asleep. Or it might be low progesterone, leading to more anxious feelings and your heart races as a result. Or is your fight and flight response in overdrive due to perceptions of pressure or worry thoughts? Make it a priority to find the road in your sleep challenges, and this will help you out of them. So for those of you who do have sleep challenges, there might be some really good messages in there about the various different hormone levels, or perhaps things such as the magnesium and the melatonin. You can actually buy both of those products now. They're both available to buy, and you can take them before you go to bed to try and help bring sleep into the present state. This one here is nutritional, and it says sating fats. Fat is a macronutrient that offers us more energy per gram than proteins and carbohydrates. In the past, that made some people fearful of eating fats, yet it doesn't elicit an insulin response and is highly sating, both very helpful traits for good health. For a sustained fuel source, choose fat in whole food form rather than those found in highly processed foods, such as grass-fed meats, poultry, fish, eggs, avocado, olives, nuts and seeds. All of those will be very beneficial to obviously giving the feeling of being satisfied when you are hungry, but also providing production for the body, but also more essentially for the brain. The fats are very, very important for brain health. So there we are, Aquarius, a wonderful reading for you that's probably gone on a bit longer than I anticipated. I got a bit carried away with the outside, bringing the outside in, and the beautiful energies of our magical tui bird, a little bit to look at like the hummingbird. So thank you for joining me. I wish you all the very, very best for August. May you find that beautiful love and support in your life, and may it surround you and bless you with positivity and manifestation as you move forward. Thanks for subbing the channel, for liking the video. Please hit the notification button, and remember to check your moon and rising signs as well. So much love, everyone. Namaste.